Do you ever buy something small, just to feel better, then regret it later? Or upgrade something you didn't need, just because everyone else is doing it? That's not random. That's financial insecurity showing up as normal behavior. Most people think their problem is income. But it's actually how they react to pressure, comparison, and emotion every single day. And the dangerous part? These habits feel justified in the moment, so they never get questioned. In this video, I'll show you the everyday spending habits that quietly keep people stuck without them realizing it. And the first one? It's the most common and the hardest to admit you have. You don't just spend money, you sometimes spend to keep up, to feel like you're not falling behind. And deep down, you already know it's not really about the item, right? It's about that quiet pressure when you scroll social media or see friends leveling up. That's where financial psychology kicks in, shaping your money habits without you noticing. Real personal finance growth starts when you pause and ask yourself, if nobody saw this, would I still want it? Think about scenes like in The Social Network, where status quietly drives decisions without anyone saying it out loud. That's how it plays out in real life too. You see someone upgrade their lifestyle, and suddenly your normal feels not enough. But here's the truth, most people aren't ahead, they're just louder with their spending. Solid financial education teaches you this. Looking rich and being financially stable are two completely different games. So here's a simple move that separates disciplined people from reactive spenders. Every time you feel the urge to buy something non-essential, you wait 24 hours. No exceptions. During that time, you ask one question: does this actually improve my life or just my image? This small habit alone can save you hundreds, even thousands per year. That's how to make money without earning more, just by controlling your decisions. Over time, this builds something most people never develop: awareness. And awareness is the foundation of every strong money mindset. Because once you stop spending to impress, you start spending with intention. But here's where it gets interesting. What happens when your income actually increases? Most people think that's when things get easier, but that's exactly where a new trap begins. You finally make more money, and it feels like you made it, so you upgrade your lifestyle almost automatically. New phone, better car, nicer apartment, it feels deserved, right? But here's the catch most people miss: your income went up, but your financial position stayed the same. That's a classic pattern in financial psychology, and it quietly destroys your ability to build real wealth through consistent money habits. You've probably seen this play out in shows like Ballers, where income explodes but so do expenses, leaving people stuck in the same cycle. It looks glamorous on the outside, but behind the scenes, there's pressure, stress, and zero margin for mistakes. That's why strong financial education teaches you to separate earning more from spending more. Just because you can afford it doesn't mean it's moving you forward. So here's the move that changes everything. You lock your lifestyle for 60 days every time your income increases. No upgrades, no sudden changes. Instead, you redirect that extra money into savings, investments, or paying off debt. Imagine earning an extra $1,000 a month and keeping it untouched for 2 months. That's $2,000 of pure leverage. That's how to make money work for you before lifestyle inflation steals it. This builds discipline, but more importantly, it builds control. You stop reacting to money and start directing it with intention. That's when your personal finance game shifts from survival to strategy. But here's where things get even more subtle, because not all spending spikes come from big upgrades. Some of them hide in small, daily rewards you barely notice. You tell yourself it's harmless: coffee on the way out, delivery after a long day, a quick treat because you worked hard. And yeah, on the surface it looks innocent. But in financial psychology, these small rewards are often emotional money habits in disguise. You're not just spending for comfort, you're training your brain to link stress with spending, which slowly reshapes your personal finance behavior. Think about shows like Friends, where grabbing coffee at Central Perk feels normal every day. Now imagine that energy in real life: $6 coffee, $20 delivery, $15 random app purchases. Individually, nothing dramatic. But stack them over a month and you're easily leaking $300 to $600 without noticing. That's real financial education most people never get. The small leaks decide your financial future more than the big purchases. So here's a practical shift you can actually apply starting today. You set a weekly feel-good spending limit, say $50 or $75, and that's it. Not a suggestion or rule. You don't remove joy, you contain it. This is how to make money last longer without earning more, and it builds a powerful money mindset where pleasure is intentional, not impulsive. Over time, you start noticing something interesting. The urge doesn't disappear, but it weakens because you're no longer feeding it automatically. You regain control, and control is the foundation of personal finance mastery. But here's where it gets deeper, because sometimes the real issue isn't spending too much, it's not even looking at your money at all. You know that feeling when you know you should check your balance, but you delay it anyway? That's not laziness, it's avoidance. And in financial psychology, avoidance is one of the clearest signs of financial anxiety. You're not just ignoring numbers, you're avoiding emotions tied to your money habits. This is where personal finance starts breaking down quietly in the background. Think about a character like Walter White in Breaking Bad. Before things spiral, he avoids certain truths until they become too big to control. Now in your real life, it's the same pattern, just with bank statements instead of dramatic chaos. When you don't look at your money, you're giving up control of your financial direction. Strong financial education always starts with awareness, not strategy. So here's a simple but powerful reset. You check your bank account every single day for 7 days straight, no skipping. Not to fix anything, just to observe. You track what comes in, what goes out, and how you feel about it. This is how to make money management real instead of theoretical. Most people avoid this step, but this is where clarity and control starts forming. After a few days, something shifts. The fear weakens because the unknown is gone. You stop reacting emotionally and start making decisions with logic instead of stress. That's how a strong money mindset is built, not through motivation, but through repetition and awareness. But there's another hidden phrase that quietly shapes your spending more than you realize, and most people say it without even thinking twice. You say it after a long day, after stress, after hitting small goals: I deserve this. And at first, it feels harmless, even empowering. But in financial psychology, this phrase often hides emotional spending disguised as reward. It becomes one of those money habits that feels positive in the moment but slowly weakens your personal finance discipline over time. Think about the Wolf of Wall Street, not the excess itself, but the mindset behind justifying every impulse as deserved success. In real life, it's less extreme but more subtle. You don't need luxury yachts for this pattern to show up, it's in the small upgrades, the impulse buys, the I earned it mindset after minor wins. That's where financial education becomes critical, because emotion starts overriding logic. Here's the shift that changes the game. Instead of asking, do I deserve this? You ask, does this move me forward or just make me feel better right now? That one question separates emotional spending from intentional wealth building. It's a core principle in how to make money last and grow, not just come and go. Over time, this builds a sharper money mindset where satisfaction is not tied to impulse, but to progress. And here's what's powerful: when you start delaying gratification, even by a few hours, you begin to notice how often deserve is just stress speaking. You don't remove joy, you refine it. That's how real financial growth starts showing up quietly in your daily decisions. But there's still one more trap that looks harmless on the surface, yet it quietly keeps you stuck in long-term financial blindness. You see it all the time: only $49 per month sounds easy, almost harmless. And that's exactly why it works against you. In financial psychology, installment thinking makes expensive decisions feel smaller than they really are. You're not avoiding spending, you're just stretching it so your personal finance decisions feel more comfortable in the moment, even if they hurt your future money habits. Think about the pursuit of happiness. There's a constant pressure of bills stacking up, even when life looks like it's slowly improving. That's the trap here too. When you focus only on monthly payments, you lose sight of the full cost. A $1,200 purchase feels manageable at $49 a month, but over time, it locks your cash flow and limits how to make money work freely in your life. That's where financial education becomes real, not theoretical. Here's the practical shift. Before buying anything, you always calculate the full price first, no exceptions. Then you ask, would I still want this if I had to pay it all today? If the answer changes, that's your signal. Also, you delay any purchase that stretches your future income. This one habit alone can completely reshape your money mindset and protect you from long-term financial pressure. Over time, you start noticing how much mental space disappears when you're not carrying hidden debt decisions. Your financial life becomes lighter, clearer, more intentional. But there's a deeper principle behind all of this, something that ties discipline, clarity, and wealth together in a way most people overlook, and it's not just strategy, it's a mindset rooted in something far older than modern finance thinking. There's a principle that shows up in both ancient wisdom and modern financial psychology, and it's simple but powerful: discipline beats desire every single time. Most people think building wealth is about intensity or big moves, but it's actually about consistency. Your daily money habits, how you spend, save, and think, shape your personal finance reality more than any one-time decision ever will. You can see this clearly in stories like Rocky, where progress doesn't come from one big win, but from showing up every day with discipline. It's the same with money. You don't need to master everything at once. You just need a simple weekly system: plan your expenses, track your income, and decide in advance where your money goes. That's real financial education applied in a practical, grounded way. Here's how you put this into action starting now. Every week, you sit down for 20 minutes and map your money. Fixed expenses, variable spending, savings, and investments. Even if it's basic, you do it anyway. Someone earning $3,000 a month who plans weekly will outperform someone earning $5,000 with no structure. That's how to make money work with intention instead of reacting to it. And over time, something shifts internally. You stop chasing quick dopamine hits and start valuing long-term stability. That's when your money mindset matures, when your decisions are guided by purpose, not pressure. Now all of this leads somewhere bigger, because understanding these patterns is one thing, but breaking free from them completely? That's where everything starts to change. Now you've seen something most people never connect in their day-to-day life. What feels like normal spending is often just hidden financial insecurity playing out through habits, emotions, and reactions. And once you understand financial psychology, you stop seeing money as random, and start seeing your personal finance life as a reflection of patterns you can actually change. If you take one thing from this, let it be this: your money mindset is not fixed. It's trained. Every decision you make either reinforces old habits or builds new financial discipline. So start paying attention. Start noticing when you're spending out of emotion, comparison, or pressure instead of intention. That's where real financial education turns into real transformation. And if this hit you even a little, don't just leave it here. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the next insights go even deeper into how to make money, build stronger habits, and reshape the way you think about wealth for the long term. Now imagine what changes when you finally stop reacting to money and start directing it. That shift alone can change your next 12 months more than any income increase ever will. And that's exactly where most people realize the real game is not about earning more, it's about controlling what you already have. If you want to go even further, check out the material in the pinned comment. Inside Holistic Health, nourish your mind, balance your finances, transform your life, you'll learn how to create passive income streams, eliminate debt step by step, and maintain mental clarity under financial pressure while building a stronger money mindset that actually holds under real-life stress. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. Remember how overwhelming it felt when money decisions seemed automatic and out of control? Now you can clearly see those patterns, and more importantly, you know how to break them one by one and take back control.